So my name is Ayrton from GN Hearing, and I will be talking about strengthening connections. So what does it mean to be connected? The feeling of being connected can be facilitated in many ways. We can feel connected by shared experience, physical touch, by proximity, and through communication, verbal or written. The connection we feel from communication might occur over coffee with friends, maybe a discussion on how we proceed with a colleague in our work, or maybe it's during a meal we arrange for a spouse or partner, or it may be that well-timed text message, call, or FaceTime from a loved one, the one that lets us know that we're cared for because we're on their mind. And this is now possible because technology has made us more connected than we have ever been before. Technology is a big part of how we communicate. Time and distance have less of an influence than they have previously. And the devices that we use to communicate, they're with us at all times. They're mobile. Who has these mobile devices? It's not a stretch to say that it's pretty much everybody. I would guarantee that if I asked you all to pull a mobile phone out right now, you could probably present it to me within 2 seconds. For a few of you, I think you're using them right now. Very naughty. And people, that is we're communicating using these devices more than we ever have before. The figures that you see here are from WhatsApp in 2017. And they say that they have more than 1 billion daily users, sending more than 65 billion messages per day. That's one of many different messaging services available. But of course, communication is not just about availability of a point of connection. Communication is about expressing oneself. Communication is about being understood and understanding one another. As highly successful businessman and philanthropist Richard Branson says, communication makes the world go round. It facilitates human connections and allows us to learn, grow, and progress. It's not just about speaking or reading, but understanding what is being said, and sometimes understanding what is not being said. I'm sure we've all been in circumstances where we've communicated, but we haven't been understood. It's in this communication breakdown that we feel a loss of connection. To communicate and to connect effectively, we need not only to be heard, we need to be understood. And this concept of human connections made via communication, it's not foreign to any of us as hearing care professionals. I'm sure for any of us, it's why we got into this industry. It's what keeps us working hard day to day, because we know the impact of our hard work. As hearing care professionals, we interpret, we guide, we counsel, we empathize, and we listen. We try to understand before we act. We know that effective communication and the ability to connect with our patients, in turn, helps them to connect back to their world. The introduction of tele-audiology into our hearing care practices has offered a new touch point for communication. It's a way to connect with our patients in their daily environment, overcoming those issues of distance and time for a strengthened connection. It's hearing care wherever you are. Within our current tele-audiology systems, like ReSound Assist, there are ways we can gather information to try and understand the sound experience of the hearing aid user. We can funnel down to problems they may be having and decide whether an adjustment or maybe simply counseling is appropriate for that circumstance. Tele-audiology also strengthens connections between hearing care professionals and their patients through facilitating personalized communication. This information also helps to ensure understanding between hearing care professional and hearing aid user for meaningful communication. So this is our reality now, it's not actually the future. How can tele-audiology continue to strengthen connections and provide better patient outcomes as technology progresses? The question is, what might the future look like with tele-audiology? We know at GN Hearing from our own internal research that about 2/3 of hearing aid users will request assistance and that is a message to their hearing care professional for help via their Tele-audiology app whilst they are in the environment where they specifically need that help. If we consider that a hearing aid were better able to analyse the environment that the hearing aid user was in when sending a message to their hearing care professional, an environmental classifier could distinguish the finer characteristics of the sound environment to provide the hearing care professional with more comprehensive information about the issues they may be having. And with this information, they can more acutely decide what remote adjustments to make, if any, and perhaps it could be assisted by suggestions from their fitting software, data that is driven from successful adjustment of hearing aids in resolving similar issues from hearing care professionals all around the world. Connection is affirmed by understanding. With more information and with regular use of tele-audiology in all clinics, we can strengthen connections through better understanding of our patients' lives, their needs, and how we can help them. Tele-audiology is about strengthening connections, not only the connection between the hearing care professional and the hearing aid user, but also the hearing aid user's connection back to their world. Thank you.